They say women can lie with their words, but never with their bodies. So here's a chilling question. What if the woman you've been chasing was never interested, while the one who secretly desired you gave you every signal, and you missed them all? Men think they understand women. They listen to their words. They decode their texts. They analyze emojis. But what if I told you the truth is written in a place you've never been trained to read, her body? Because women's bodies leak desire in ways they cannot consciously control. Their eyes, their breath, their posture, even the way they touch their hair, these are not random habits. They are biological alarms of attraction. And here's the promise. In this video, you will discover the exact body language signs of lust that most men always miss. By the end, you will no longer confuse friendliness with attraction. You will know when she sees you as a friend and when her biology is screaming for more. Stay with me, because missing these signals could mean years of wasted effort, rejection, and confusion. But learning to read them, it gives you an unfair advantage in dating and relationships. Before we go deeper, let me ask you this. How many times have you thought she wasn't interested, only to find out later she wanted you the whole time? That confusion ends today, and if you've ever felt frustrated, misunderstood, or even invisible to women, trust me, you're not alone. I know exactly how it feels to second-guess yourself, to replay moments wondering if you missed something obvious. This video is for you. Now let's unlock the signals of lust women never say out loud, but always reveal through their bodies. If you want more insights like this, subscribe now and leave a comment with the sign you've personally noticed the most. Don't do it for me. Do it because your future relationships depend on it. To truly read a woman's body language, you need to understand one crucial truth. Attraction is biological, not logical. Women can choose their words. They can control their tone, and they can put on social masks. But their bodies? Their bodies betray them. Here's why. When a woman feels genuine lust, her autonomic nervous system activates. Something she cannot switch off at will. Her pupils dilate, her breathing changes, blood rushes to sensitive areas, and her muscles relax in specific ways. These are involuntary responses, coded by evolution over thousands of years. Think about it. Women who could subtly signal desire to high-value men without saying it outright had a survival advantage. They could attract a mate while protecting themselves from social judgment. That's why women's lust signals are subtle, often disguised as innocent behaviors. They're designed to be readable only by the man who's paying attention. But here is the danger. Men who can distinguish between politeness and desire often misinterpret everything. They chase women who only see them as friends, wasting time and energy. Meanwhile, the woman who's secretly attracted is right there, waiting, hoping he picks up on her cues. This is why learning to read these signals matters. It's not just about sex, it's about clarity, confidence, and not being blind to what her biology is telling you. So in this video, I'll break down each sign: eyes, posture, touch, voice, hair, even micro movements you've probably ignored your entire life. And once you see them, you'll never unsee them again. Before we dive into the first cluster of signals, remember this. Women don't want to say they're interested. They want you to recognize it without asking. That's the game. And most men lose because they don't even know the rules. Now, let's start with the most powerful window into female desire: the eyes. They say the eyes never lie, and when it comes to female lust, this couldn't be more true. A woman can control her smile, her words, even her gestures, but her eyes, they betray her deepest impulses. The most reliable indicator of sexual attraction is pupil dilation. When a woman is aroused, her sympathetic nervous system expands her pupils, even in bright light. You'll notice her eyes look darker, more intense. She may not even realize it, but her biology is screaming, "I'm turned on." But it's not just about pupil size. It's about the way she looks at you. A woman who's interested will hold your gaze longer than necessary, and when she looks away, she comes back quickly, almost as if magnetized by you. That lingering glance carries a weight, a silent tension that feels different from normal social interaction. Then there's the unmistakable look researchers call bedroom eyes. Slightly lowered eyelids, dilated pupils, and a softened focus that makes her stare feel heavy, almost intimate. It's not friendliness, it's raw attraction. And here adds the secret most men overlook. If she is frequently glancing at your mouth while you talk, it's not random, it's biology. Her subconscious is imagining kissing, intimacy, closeness. When combined with those dilated pupils and prolonged stares, it's one of the clearest signs of lust you'll ever see. If you've ever felt a woman's gaze burning into you, making the air between you feel charged, you weren't imagining it. That was desire. If this is eye-opening for you, subscribe now and drop a comment below. Have you ever noticed a woman looking at your lips or giving you that unmistakable gaze? Share your story. Your experience might be the key that helps another man finally see what he has been missing. When a woman is genuinely attracted, her entire body orients toward you. This isn't something she thinks about. It's her biology aligning her posture to signal interest. Watch carefully in group settings. The woman who wants you will position her torso, hips, and even her feet in your direction, regardless of where everyone else is. It's as if her body is magnetized, unconsciously pulled into your orbit. But it goes deeper. Lust straightens her spine, lifts her chest, and rolls her shoulders back. Why? Because sexual arousal unconsciously triggers confidence. She's not just standing tall, she's instinctively showcasing her figure, her curves, her physical form. This posture isn't about dominance, it's about attraction. Another powerful clue? Proximity. The woman who feels desire will always find ways to shrink the physical space between you. She steps closer during conversation, drifts into your personal bubble, or positions herself so you're within arm's reach. If she's constantly finding reasons to be closer than necessary, it's rarely coincidence, it's interest. Now, here's the detail men often miss: her relationship with escape routes. A woman who isn't interested often stays near exits, keeps objects between you, or angles away. The one who's attracted. She removes barriers, steps into open space, and positions herself where closeness, not escape, is the priority. Remember this: words can be polite, but posture is primal. Her body reveals whether she wants to be near you or not. Learn to notice the difference, and you'll instantly separate casual friendliness from genuine attraction. Touch is the bridge between social interaction and intimacy. And when a woman is feeling lust, she uses it more than you realize. The key is to distinguish between polite, accidental contact and the kind of touch that carries real sexual tension. It often begins subtly. She brushes against your arm as she passes, lets her hand linger a moment too long when giving you something, or accidentally makes contact in ways that feel natural yet repetitive. These moments aren't clumsy. They're tests. She's gauging your awareness, your response, and your confidence. As her attraction grows, so does the intimacy of her touch. She laughs and taps your shoulder, places her hand on your chest while talking, or touches areas with no real social purpose, like your lower back or thigh. These touches are deliberate, charged, and they last longer than necessary. But here's something men often overlook. She also touches herself. A woman aroused in your presence plays with her hair, caresses her neck, runs her hands along her arms, or adjusts her clothes. This self-touching isn't nervousness, it's biology. It draws your eyes to her body, highlights her sensuality, and signals her rising awareness of you. And the most definitive test? How she responds when you initiate touch. A woman who isn't interested will pull back, create space, or stiffen. But the woman who's genuinely attracted will lean in, hold contact longer, and even create new opportunities for your hand to return. Touch, doesn't lie. It's either neutral, dismissive, or electrified with energy. Learn to feel the difference, and you'll never again mistake polite friendliness for raw desire. When a woman feels lust, it doesn't just show in her eyes or posture. It vibrates through her voice. You may not have noticed it before, but once you do, you'll never hear her the same way again. The most obvious change is pitch. Sexual arousal relaxes her muscles and subtly lowers her vocal tone, giving her words a huskier, breathier quality. That softness isn't random. It's her biology drawing you closer. Then comes pace. A woman who's interested slows down her speech. Her sentences stretch, her pauses linger, and her words feel more deliberate. Those silences between phrases, they're not empty. They're charged with tension, almost hypnotic. Volume plays a role too. The lustful woman often speaks more quietly, forcing you to lean in, shrinking the space between you. It creates intimacy, even in a crowded room. That lowered voice isn't weakness, it's invitation. But the most revealing signs are unconscious. She sighs more often, lets out small murmurs, or breathes heavily while speaking. These subtle sounds leak through because arousal changes her breathing pattern. They're not performance, they're evidence. Even her laughter transforms. Around you, it becomes more genuine, longer, and more frequent. That's not just amusement, it's her body releasing the excitement of attraction. Listen closely, because her voice is the soundtrack of her desire. Ignore it, and you will miss one of the clearest signals that she is not just enjoying the conversation, she's drawn to you on a deeper level. Hair isn't just hair. It is one of the most primal tools of attraction a woman has. When lust takes over, she doesn't even realize how much she's using it to send signals. The most common behavior is hair touching and stroking. She runs her fingers through it, twirls strands around her fingers, or repeatedly smooths it down. This isn't vanity, it's biology. By drawing attention to her hair, she's also guiding your eyes to her face, her lips, and the scent that surrounds her. Then comes neck exposure. A woman feeling genuine attraction unconsciously tilts her head, brushes her hair to the side, or lightly touches her throat. Why? Because the neck is one of the most vulnerable and sensitive zones of the body. Exposing it is a form of trust and an unspoken invitation. Watch for hair flipping or tossing. When she does it dramatically, drawing attention to her movement, it's often a display of confidence and a bid for your attention. It's her way of saying, "Notice me, see me." And here is a subtle but powerful one. She creates moments where her hair frames both of you, leaning in so strands fall between you, almost forming a private little world. This isn't an accident. It's intimacy disguised as innocence. The key to understanding these signals is repetition. A woman who touches her hair once might just be adjusting it. But when she's constantly playing with it, especially while exposing her neck, she's revealing a pattern. And patterns don't lie. If you've ever noticed these hair or neck cues but weren't too sure what they meant, subscribe now and leave a comment below. Share your story. Have you ever realized too late that her constant hair flipping was actually desire? Your experience might help another man finally connect the dots. Some signals are subtle. Others are impossible to fake. When lust takes hold, a woman's body changes in ways she simply cannot control. Her breathing, her pulse, even the color of her skin. These are the rawest, most authentic indicators of attraction. The first is breathing. Arousal deepens and slows it. You'll notice her chest rising more noticeably, her sentences broken by longer breaths, her voice carrying that faint, breathy undertone. Sometimes she'll sigh without realizing it, a subconscious release of the excitement building inside. Next is pulse. When her heart rate accelerates, it becomes visible. Look at her neck, wrists, or even her temples. Those subtle beats often reveal what her words conceal. She may appear calm, but her biology is betraying the storm underneath. Then there's flushing. Increased blood flow causes her face, chest, or neck to develop a warm glow, even a blush. This isn't embarrassment, it's chemistry. Her body is preparing for intimacy, and the evidence shows in her skin. The combination of these cues is what matters most. One signal alone could mean many things, but when her breathing slows, her pulse quickens, and her skin flushes, all at once, you're seeing undeniable proof of arousal. Remember, these are signs she can't manufacture. They're involuntary, automatic, and ancient. If you notice them, you're witnessing pure biology in action, desire at the deepest level. When desire is real, her body doesn't just react, it syncs with yours. This phenomenon is called mirroring, and it's one of the most powerful unconscious signs of sexual attraction. Notice her posture. If you cross your arms, she crosses hers. If you lean in, she leans in. If you shift your weight, she subtly does the same. This isn't mockery, it's biology. Her nervous system is aligning with yours, unconsciously seeking connection. But it doesn't stop there. Her breathing often matches yours. Without realizing it, she inhales when you inhale, exhales when you exhale. That rhythm builds a sense of intimacy that feels magnetic, as if your bodies are already communicating beneath the surface. Her speech patterns may also adapt. She picks up your words, matches your pace, even mirrors your tone. This creates conversational harmony that feels unusually smooth, almost effortless. If you've ever felt like talking to a woman just flows, chances are her attraction is syncing her to you. And here's where it gets unmistakable. Movement synchronization. When walking side by side, she naturally matches your pace. When sitting, she adopts similar gestures. It's not calculated, it's instinctive alignment. A woman who's merely polite won't display this depth of synchronization. But when lust is present, her body craves unity. She doesn't just listen, she mirrors, reflects, and harmonizes with you. This isn't just interest. It's her biology preparing for closeness, intimacy, and connection. The harmony you feel is real, and it's one of the clearest signals you'll ever receive. Desire isn't just about attraction, it's about protection. When a woman feels genuine lust, she often begins to display territorial behaviors, subtle or bold, that signal, "You're mine." One of the most obvious signs is positioning. If another attractive woman approaches, she instinctively moves closer to you, sometimes even stepping between you and the competition. It may look casual, but it's her body creating a physical barrier, keeping you within her sphere. Then there are competitive displays. Around other women, she suddenly becomes more affectionate, touching your arm, laughing louder, or leaning in closer. These aren't random behaviors. They're signals meant to outshine rivals and reinforce her claim. Jealousy is another undeniable cue. Watch her reactions when you interact with other women. If she grows quieter, more withdrawn, or conversely more intense in her attention toward you, it's a clear sign her attraction runs deep. Desire makes her uncomfortable with the thought of losing your focus. Even her conversations change. She may start dropping hints about the future, suggesting things you could do together, places she'd like to go with you, or experiences she wants to share privately. It's not just small talk. It's her way of excluding others and securing your attention. These territorial behaviors reveal more than interest. They reveal investment. A woman who's simply being friendly won't feel the need to protect her position. But the one who desires you, she'll fight for it, even if it's subtle, because her biology drives her to claim you before someone else does. When lust begins to take hold, women often adjust how they present themselves. These adjustments can be subtle, but when you notice them in real time, they're impossible to ignore. The most obvious signal is clothing adjustment. She might pull her shirt down to reveal a little more, adjust her skirt to show more leg, or even remove a layer like a jacket or scarf. These shifts may look casual, but they're primal attempts to increase her sexual appeal in your eyes. Then there's posture modification. She arches her back, tilts her hips, or angles her body in a way that highlights her curves. This isn't about comfort. It's unconscious display. Her body is positioning itself to be seen, admired, and desired. Watch also for grooming behaviors. She reapplies lipstick, checks her reflection, or runs her fingers across her clothes. It's not vanity, it's preparation. She's heightening her attractiveness because your presence has triggered her awareness. Even accessories play a role. A woman in lust will toy with necklaces, bracelets, or earrings in ways that draw your eyes to sensitive areas, her neck, chest, or wrists. These gestures double as both self-touch and display. Here is the key. Women don to put this level of effort into presentation for men they feel nothing for. If she suddenly becomes more attentive to her appearance when she's with you, that's not coincidence. It's desire made visible. Space is sacred. Social rules teach women to respect personal boundaries. But when lust is present, those rules vanish, because her need for closeness overrides her conditioning. Notice how she enters your personal space. Even when there's plenty of room, she chooses to stand or sit closer than necessary. In conversation, she drifts into your bubble, leaning in as if pulled by invisible gravity. She also creates shared space. Maybe she suggests moving to a quieter spot, positions herself in a corner where you're more private, or angles her body so the world feels shut out. These small invasions aren't accidents, they're invitations. Her seating choices reveal desire too. She chooses the seat beside you when others are available. She positions herself so her legs or arms brush yours. These tiny collisions of space are her way of dissolving the barriers between you. Even objects reflect her intent. She places her phone, purse, or jacket near you, marking territory and embedding herself in your environment. When a woman consistently closes the distance, she's showing interest that goes beyond friendliness. Respectful women don't casually break space rules. They only do it when they feel pulled toward you. If you've ever experienced a woman constantly invading your space and wondered if it meant attraction, this is your confirmation. Subscribe now and drop a comment below sharing your story. How did her closeness make you feel? Your insights might help another man recognize what he's been missing. Few signals are as primal as the ones tied to the mouth. Eating, drinking, licking, biting, all carry deep biological meaning when desire is in play. A woman in lust often becomes more sensual with her food and drink. She takes slow sips, holds eye contact while drinking, or draws attention to her lips while tasting something. It's not performance. It's her biology linking oral behavior to intimacy. Pay close attention to lip actions. Licking her lips, biting her lower lip, or running her tongue across her mouth are all unconscious responses to arousal. Increased blood flow makes her lips more sensitive, and she instinctively highlights them to you. Symbolic oral behaviors are equally revealing. She may suck on a straw more suggestively, lick a spoon or finger, or handle food in ways that mimic intimacy. These signals often slip under the radar, but once you notice them, they're impossible to ignore. Even sharing becomes part of the game. Offering you a sip of her drink or a bite of her food creates indirect intimacy, an oral bridge that signals trust and attraction. Here, as the truth. Women don't exaggerate these behaviors around men they feel nothing for. When her lips, her tongue, and her habits draw your attention repeatedly, it's not chance. It's chemistry manifesting itself. Perhaps the most powerful signals of all are the ones that show trust. Lust isn't only about boldness, it's also about openness, vulnerability, and letting down defenses. One of the clearest indicators is neck exposure. When she tilts her head back, brushes her hair aside, or leans back to show her throat, she's not just posing. She's revealing one of the most delicate, sensitive parts of her body. This is primal trust disguised as body language. Posture reveals more. A woman aroused in your presence often adopts relaxed, open positions. Arms uncrossed, palms visible, legs positioned toward you. Her body softens, signaling comfort and willingness rather than guardedness. Listen to her words. Submission also appears in conversation. She asks for your opinions, seeks your guidance, and defers to your lead. This isn't weakness. It's respect, attraction to your authority, and a subconscious acknowledgement of masculine presence. These vulnerability signals are crucial because women rarely override their defensive instincts without cause. If she's lowering her guard around you, it's because her attraction outweighs her fear. A woman being polite keeps her walls up. A woman in lust lets them down, showing you not just her body, but her trust. And that's one of the strongest signs of all. Here's the mistake most men make. They fixate on a single signal. She touched her hair once. Does that mean she's into me? She laughed a lot. Was that attraction? The truth is, one sign alone doesn't prove anything. What matters is the pattern. Real lust creates clusters of signals that happen together and intensify over time. Her pupils dilate and she leans in closer. She touches your arm and bites her lip. She mirrors your posture and adjusts her clothing. When these indicators overlap, you're seeing desire, not coincidence. Timing is equally important. Lust signals often appear early in the interaction, not hours later. She doesn't slowly build attraction. Her biology reacts almost instantly, and the cues grow stronger as comfort and arousal increase. Context also shapes interpretation. At a professional meeting, signals may be suppressed, while in a social or relaxed setting, they flow freely. That's why you must read not just the behavior, but the environment too. Once you train your eyes to notice patterns, you'll never again confuse friendliness with attraction. You'll recognize when she's just being polite and when her body is lighting up with genuine desire. Understanding lustful body language isn't about manipulation, it's about awareness. Men who can read these signals stop wasting time, energy, and emotion on women who were never interested. Instead, they focus on the ones who actually are. Think about the confidence this gives you. When you know she's attracted, you stop overthinking. You stop hesitating. You escalate naturally because her signals tell you she wants you to. This eliminates guesswork and builds certainty. It also prevents painful mistakes. Many men chase friendliness, confusing it with attraction, only to face rejection. With sexual intelligence, you avoid that trap. You recognize when she's just polite versus when her body is begging for escalation. And here's the deeper truth. This awareness separates successful men from frustrated men. It's not looks, money, or status. It's the ability to see what others miss. Women want men who get it, who can read them without needing to be told. When you master this skill, you step into a rare category of men. Men who move with clarity, confidence, and precision. That's what sexual intelligence really is, the advantage most men never develop. Now imagine this. You're standing across from her. Her eyes lock on yours, pupils wide. Her lips part slightly as she bites the corner of her mouth. She leans in, closing the gap, her hair brushing your shoulder. Her hand lingers on your arm, her voice soft, husky, almost trembling. Her body isn't just speaking, it's shouting. In that moment, everything becomes clear. This isn't friendship. This isn't politeness. This is desire, raw, undeniable, and directed at you. Most men miss it. They doubt themselves, second guess, or back away. But you see it, you feel it. And because you understand the signals, you respond with confidence. That moment becomes the difference between regret and connection, between another missed chance and a breakthrough experience. This is why learning to read lustful body language matters. It is not about tricks. It is about unlocking a hidden world of communication that has been in front of you all along. If this message hit you, if you've realized how much you might have been missing, subscribe right now. Not for me, but for you. Because if this resonated, it means you're ready for more clarity, more confidence, and more success with women. Drop a comment with the signal that surprised you the most. You might just help another man open his eyes. At the end of the day, women's bodies never lie. Words can confuse you, social masks can mislead you, but biology always tells the truth. The challenge isn't whether the signals exist, it's whether you are sharp enough to see them. The woman who displays multiple signs at once, dilated pupils, lingering touch, closer proximity, hair flips, lip bites, she's not leaving it to chance. She's giving you permission, hoping you understand. The woman who shows none of these, no matter how friendly, she isn't interested. And knowing that saves you from wasted energy, rejection, and disappointment. Your future success with women doesn't depend on luck. It depends on awareness, on the ability to see what's really happening beneath the surface. That as sexual intelligence, and it as the difference between years of confusion and a lifetime of clarity. So the next time you're with a woman, remember, her body is speaking. The only question is, are you listening? If you want to keep growing this awareness, watch the next video on this channel. It will take you deeper into the psychology of attraction and show you exactly how to respond once you've recognized her signals. Don't miss it. Your entire dating life could shift with what you'll learn next.